Yeah, does that mean you're not subbed to Gabe? What the heck?
No, it was loading.
Wait a minute, you can't say that, Washable.
Never
Yo, dude.
subbed, never donated.
Oh, wait, that's cap. I gifted like 50 subs to like random ass people. I don't know if Gabe remembers that actually.
I do remember that.
That was a long ass time ago.
He doesn't even know who you are.
Yeah, who am I?
He just wiped you from his memory.
I can't not
Actually, I
remember
guess-
Washable.
I'm
like
lucky.
my-
He's stuck with me.
He's like my earliest viewer, one of my earliest viewers.
Really?
Yeah, and then he stopped subbing to me and I cried that night.
Brother,
Oh.
I'm just kidding.
He
Here's
knew
the
the
thing,
exact date that you subbed on, and he was waiting for the resub the whole day, staring at his Streamlabs, and it didn't
Wait.
happen.
I'm getting guilted.
I think I could reach into like Jenna's frame. Like,
Yeah.
you want to do a
Yeah.
high five?
Oh god.
Well, it's
Other-
opposite. It's the opposite
yeah.
on Gabe's screen. But,
All right.
in the actual.
Oh, yeah.
Are you happy, Gabe?
Oh, wow. Who is that? Washableplatypi with the sub. Pog.
Yo, also
Wow.
I'd like to point out it says in a row, by the way.
I want to change the
In
names.
a row.
Yeah. It actually just expired this month, so relax.
In a row.
Relax.
All right, there we go. Whew. I had to fix all the
Wait,
boxes.
I'm new now?
No, what?
Apparently.
Uh,
What happened to your hair? Is that what's under the hat? You look like a totally different person.
wait,
Yeah,
where's
yeah.
Gabe's
It's just like this, right? Like
Gabe, where's your emote? That emote is so fucking funny, dude.
Yo, the new bald one?
Oh, the new yep.
That was so good.
No, not the new yep. The
I
new
remember
yep was
new,
next
like-
level.
New like fought you. I remember one time to like remove it.
Yeah. The first one started with the new yep. He wanted to fight me to remove that, and that was on official stream. That one stayed. And then I tried to fight him again for a second one to get another emote of him on. That one got. Well, let me show chat what we're talking about.
did you
Wait,
lose?
Jenna, I
Yeah.
just realized in
You
your
cheated.
Jenna wide, your Jenna wide 2 is just the most cursed image I've ever
Oh
seen.
yeah, it's so dumb. It's so stupid. If you zoom in on
Your
it,
eyes in a
you can only
nose.
see part of the eyes. It looks like some crazy like monster.
Oh yeah, the people that do Jenna wide 1 and 3, they just leave it on the...
Hopefully
know,
new
I-
isn't here. Hopefully.
Oh wait,
new
I like
isn't
that
here.
emote, dude. That's a good one.
Yeah, look at
Wait,
that.
is that emote like no cap or something?
That's the new molding.
Oh,
my
I feel
God.
like it makes so much sense to say, like no cap or something. You know, like you just take the hat off and that's
Dumb.
all his hair too.
Oh my
Actually, not a
god.
bad idea. All right, let me do a few things here. I need to disable a few things. Yo, Panda, thank you also for the tier 1. And Oxy, thank you for 8 months in a row. Washable, thank you for 28 months.
28 months. Oh my god.
I remember when
streaming for a
Gabe had his 19 viewers and he was we were talking about PUBG.
True.
I remember once he showed off some PUBG gameplay on his stream, like a video he recorded or something.
You guys have seen his
Oh,
breakdancing one, right?
God. Stop.
You guys have seen that, right? The breakdance one?
No
I
one's
don't
ever
think
seen that.
so.
The intro? Wait, are you kidding me? Jenna? Wait, are you talking about the breakdance one in your intro, Gabe, or your audition one? Or is the full video? That's Mythos always wants to play every day.
Yes.
That one.
How do you disable sound?
By turning it
Yeah,
off.
could you mute Canna, please?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Doesn't actually
Please
have an
disable
on-
the sound.
Uh-oh.
Gabe, could you please breakdance on stream? I
No,
think people would really like that.
definitely not.
Done it.
I think that would be really cool.
I'm gonna end up.
What if that's a
breaking my
bit
legs.
reward, you know? 100 bits?
Yeah,
100
bits.
bits to dance? I don't know about that one there, bro.
Hi,
200
coconuts.
bits.
Wait, we try to go up? We try to bargain? See, I see. Alright, screw it. I don't know how to disable it.
Wait, what are you trying to change?
Weird. The channel point options I have for the sound rewards doesn't have it. You know, maybe I'll disable it from here. It doesn't have an option
yeah.
to disable it. Weirdly enough.
Yeah, it's actually kind of annoying.
I also don't know how to disable the bit one. What?
Would you
you're
want
about
to
to
hey,
get
it's
a
free money, man. Free money is free money, huh?
No.
It's $1 at a time, dude.
Oh.
Okay, you know what? Whatever. People can. Okay, whatever.
5 of those can get you like, a meal at KFC or something. You know.
Burning Passion Pack
True.
True.
for all the newly inspired counter gamers, by the way.
All right. Anyways, yeah. So if you guys redeem any channel points or bits things, it's not gonna show up. Just to let you know. So if you do it, that's at your own risk. By the way.
At your own risk.
I'm doing it right now.
All right, dude. All right, guys. Let us. Are you guys ready? We have a juicy topic today.
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right.
Oh, there's some juicy stuff.
All right. What's up, everyone? Welcome to podcast number 30. 30 podcasts.
Wow.
Today I have with me Canna, Jenazadp, and Washableplatypi. So, as always, I'll let them introduce themselves, and then we'll get started. So, Canna, take us off.
Hello, guys. It is your local Emperor Heartstuck, most relatable cleaver, slowest gear on global. I am currently trying my best to I didn't even mean to say that, but I'm trying my best to climb to legend and copying people along the way. Thanks, Gabe, for having me here.
Jenazadp.
Hey, God, I thought he would never stop. No, I'm just kidding. But hey, I'm Jenazadp. I'm always streaming, and I don't know. I always go through these phases of mauled and then no mauled, like per week, kind of. And right now we're in the no mauled phase, so it should be kind of interesting. Hope everyone's doing well.
All right. Thank you. And the person that never streams, Washable. Washable.
Yo, relax. I'm watchable. I stream like once a month. I actually stream 2 times this month. It's pretty fucking lit.
Whoa.
Wait, that's insane.
I know it's crazy. It's your favorite Who tier streamer, but
Nice.
but yeah, I don't know. I'm chilling. We're here. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. And yeah, if you guys know X-Sky King. All right, let's start. So we're just gonna start with the juiciest topic, okay? So there is something they talked about on stream, which is essentially the CounterSet having issues. So let's hear your thoughts on that. And well, actually, okay, for chat that doesn't know, wait, I have to remove this image. Sorry, goodbye, new. So this is on the notice there, but essentially, the CounterSet itself said it was 20%, but instead of 20%, it was actually 30%. So the tooltip itself was incorrect. It acted correctly, but the tooltip was labeled incorrectly. And it also caused an issue with Purgus and Christie. Well, I swear I always said this fucking green Purgus thing always countered way more than it should have. Anyways, so thoughts about this? Let's talk about this.
I think we all knew this deep inside, right?
Yeah.
I think everyone felt this, but was too afraid to say it.
There wasn't enough evidence, I feel like, to back it up. It all felt tinfoil, but man.
There was evidence. Someone actually went into an RTA. I was talking to Kat about this. Not Lady 7, a different Kat, but she's like, someone went in and tested and was like saying that it was 30%, but they only did it off of like RTA, like the mock lobbies. But man, I don't know how you can like get that wrong for 3 years and just not know for 3 years.
Yeah, it makes me wonder what happened. Like,
I mean, Rosa Hargana has also not been fixed, right? Like,
wait, did it not get fixed?
Do you guys not know about that? Rosa
Hargana,
it's
like actually 25%.
only gives you 25% attack.
Yeah, I thought they
didn't change the text.
They have
Did
not
they not?
changed the text.
Oh.
Yeah.
They have not changed the text. It's also been wrong, but that's not as impactful as I think CounterSet, right?
Yeah, okay, the CounterSet.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one, like, people bring up a lot of points, right? There's a lot of different points. So one of them is a lot of people are like saying, I would have farmed this if I knew it was 30%. So, it could, like, the extra 10% can sway you a lot on what you want to farm, because you're like, oh, 20% to 30% is pretty big difference there in itself, right? Yeah, and the other part is it leads people to think like what else might be wrong now, right? It brings a lot of doubts, right?
Yeah.
I think it. Oh,
Sorry, go
continue,
ahead.
Canna.
Dude, why are you two so nice to each other, dude?
Yeah. This should be a bully Canna stream. Come on now.
Wait. I don't know, okay, I don't want that one.
Okay, wait. But before we start this, so like we kind of addressed that problem. Just to be clear, like, can I just kind of gauge, like, do you guys think the quote unquote like compensation and what they did, right, like keeping it to be 30% is like, do you agree with that choice?
I mean, I think if they nerfed it, that would be a disaster.
Yeah,
that would be what they're like, guys, it's been a little too good. We're putting it down to 20. People would be like, what? Wait, it's been 30 the whole time and now it's 20? Like, people would have lost it.
Sorry, the only reason why I asked is because I feel like there were a lot of people that like that we're talking about, like, oh, Banshee farmed this, like, oh, if I had known. I feel like
they're liars.
I mean, dude, I know, like, come on, like, I'd say it almost feels just like, it feels too like, it's like too what's the word, like, it just felt like too convenient. It's like, oh, now that it's 10% more, like, now you're suddenly like, you've had an epiphany now, like, you're gonna build up all these counter units, which is like,
I think like I that's the one argument I don't like, is the, oh man, like, if I would have known it's 30%,
my
like,
whole playstyle would have been different.
my entire account now would be geared to advantage. No, it's like people don't even really farm counter sets for like the counter set, right? They're just like, hey, this unit is really good on counter, like their kit functions on a counter set regardless if it's 20 or 30%, right? So I'm just gonna farm a set because that's what's best in slot on the unit.
Yeah.
Not like, man, like, I don't know, like, do I really want to run like a counter, like a counter Rem or like a counter like Ameru or something like that? It's like, it's only 20%. Might as well like make the unit useless by running it in a different set. It's like, I don't really think that's the case. I don't know.
People like to say that stuff so then they can ask for more compensation. It's the usual.
Yeah.
I think the other part about that is, I don't know which method would have been better, right? Because let's say if they changed it right now from working as 30% to down to 20%, depending on how they worded it, right? You can consider that like a nerf, essentially. Now there'll be like, no matter what, people will complain, and people are gonna complain about, oh, I farmed all this, how are you gonna compensate me for farming all this? I don't know. Like, no matter what, there's gonna be a group that's unhappy. Okay, like,
I don't know if you have the 7 TV emote, but those people compensate this. That's what I have to say about it,
Okay, I have some seen there was some comments saying how we should get MO5 selector. I'm just like, I swear to God, some people just take any excuse. I swear. So there are people who take any excuse possible to give them an MO5 selector. I swear.
Dude, we technically already got one with like
the Genshin anniversary was so bad. We should get a selector.
Yeah. Did you see that E7 got review bombed because of the Genshin anniversary?
Yeah, I saw that. I was just talking about that.
Clash of Clans, Google Classroom.
Google Classroom,
yeah, like what?
Google Classroom, awful. Like,
I was just saying, like, there was a review on Epic 7 about that. Someone was like, "Oh, I'm reviewing because Genshin rewards are bad." I'm like, instead of responding with an automated one, they should have been like, "Hello, thank you. This is Epic 7 though, not Genshin. But we have better anniversary rewards. Please join us."
Like, swindle.
Yeah, just like, respond to the 1-star message with that.
I think that they chose the right time to announce it while Genshin's on fire. And I'm wondering if they knew about it for, let's say, a couple months or something, and then once they saw all this happening, decided this is the time. I don't know.
Oh my God! It's like, Genshin's on fire so hard that they won't have time to worry about.
Yeah, they're not even gonna be mad.
There's no way our player base leaves.
No, they're already mad anyways, right? So...
Wait. I have to ask. Wait. So that's like the other thing, right? Like, people were like tinfoil hatting, like, oh, like, how long have they known this for? I mean, okay, you said it right, Jenna. Like, other popular gacha games on fire kind of like an okay time to be like, oh well, like we're not the brightest like fire in like it doesn't really matter that bad, right? Like if we announce this now, like I guess you could like maybe like accept that that's the way you do it, but like surely this can't be something that we've known for like a while, right? Because I feel like, do you feel like they would have done like, hey, here's the collab, by the way, like, kind of like sneaking under the bottom, like, hey, these units don't really work, or like counter doesn't really work, or there's this bug? Because I feel like this is kind of, I mean, like barring like Genshin, this is a really random time like to announce that like, hey, this major like malfunction to like not a major malfunction, but like a major like misinterpretation, like mislabel is actually present in the game. Because there's nothing in E7, there's nothing else going on.
Yeah, I don't.
Well, continue. Sorry.
Oh no, I was just saying. Like, I feel like sometimes like these are things like that aren't just like blatantly out in the open. Like, it's not like it'll say, oh, this is on a sticky note or something on this like dev screen where it's just like, oh, CounterSet, it needs to be tested specifically to check the percentage, right?
It was sitting there for 3 years.
Yeah, I don't think like, I feel like it might be part of the fact that like some of them were just like testing out some, maybe like going through some stuff testing and they're like, wait, this doesn't look right. Like, I don't know, like
who the person using Green Purgus was. Green Purgus and Christy.
Who tested that?
They're just like, holy shit, guys, Green Purgus is bugged. Like,
dude, the one dev that finds out is just like sitting at his desk, like, oh,
he's just
shit, do I tell them? Like,
he kept it for 3 years. He finally came clean.
He's the one Green Purgus user on RTA ladder. He's just like, this is my secret weapon. Like, I can't tell him. They can't nerf this, right?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, that's why Christy also has the thing, because he was like, guys, I think Christy might be bugged and maybe Purgus too. He's just trying to like.
Yeah, that's Oh, what if it's that one guy who's just like, oh god, I don't think I can tell them, and then like 3 years down the road, he leaves the company and just like texts a coworker and be like, oh, by the way, Green Purgus CounterSet, everything's like, make sure you double check that. In his resignation shift the blame. It's like, oh yeah, by the way, tell the bosses that. It's just like the guy that gets the message is like, oh fuck,
the whole time. Well. The thing is, I think people are getting pissed over this, and I can understand being a little unhappy, but it shouldn't really be that big of a deal because, I mean, we played the game, even if it said 20%, you knew it was happening all the time, and you kind of played the game around that, right? And Stargate had a few different ways they could approach it. They could have just literally never said anything, and no one would have really been able to convince the community that it was otherwise, because people would have been saying like, well, it's not like they'd have it wrong, right? Or they could have come out and said it like this, or they could have just ninja changed it to 20%, which would have been crazy. So I think them coming out and saying it, honestly, as a company to people, is kind of big balls to even just come out there and say, like, we screwed this up and we're going to give some compensation. Like, and I think that's better than them just hiding it or doing anything. I think it's way better just, even though I might not trust their percentages, I trust them more.
Yeah, I think I do agree with that part. Like, I'll play devil's advocate afterwards, but the one thing I do really agree with is, right, someone said in the chat, like, they're transparent about it, which is nice, right? They could have always just changed that, because it was the tooltip, right? It was 30%. If they just change it down 20%, dude, it's RNG, it's counter. No one would have known. No one would have been wiser. Like, oh, they definitely nerfed this by 10%. Yep, I can definitely feel it. If anything, right? It's just like, oh, it's not countering as much, which, like, no one would know, right? It's not like every time you counter, you're like, oh, that was 20%, by the way. Yep.
Yeah, you're like,
Moonlight Dreamblade is 30.
Yeah.
I'm calling it right now. There's no way.
Wait, what?
There's no way.
Okay, I was gonna say something about that. Does anybody have a harder time hitting Moonlight Dreamblade like Degen Arby's than like Green Violet and Remnant Violet?
Dude, I swear,
I swear to God.
He will dodge 5 in a row, which is so...
Yeah. MLDB counter, MLDB counter, MLDB counter. And then
he'll always counter when he Moonlight Dreamblades.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
And then
there's a correlation.
And then the Green Violet, you just like look at him, right? And you're like, I'm just gonna skill one him, right? And then he gets hit and dies. You're like, yeah, it's just that easy. Like you don't even think anything of it, but like Dejanarby on MLDB, that shit procs all the time.
This is
Tinfoil
one.
hats
It's just
on.
one dev in the back. That's just like how he has a scroll wheel every day, and he's just like,
Yeah, he's just like, today it is 70%.
yeah, today it is gonna be raised. Like, you know, wakes up with a shitty morning, and it's just like 100%. Like, yeah, everyone gets fucked.
God. Oh,
Oh
dude.
my god.
Arena
Yeah.
Rush Hour, he's just like, I'm gonna tilt it up just a tad bit.
I
Ooh,
feel
that'd be
like,
smart.
yeah, I don't know. Like, I think the other part about that though, like, I do agree with some people though. Whether or not they could have fixed it and whatnot. Like, the one thing though is that I think people aren't wrong to be wary now. Like, like it's normal, right? If something happens, you know, like this, and you know it was incorrect, right? People are now saying, like, as we said, right? Is Moonlight Dreamblade really this percent, right? Is this really actually the case? Or, I mean, I see some people saying like, oh, are summon percentages really the same here? Okay, I mean, that one's like,
Isn't that like, that's like legal issues?
Yeah,
though.
no,
Yeah.
that would
Yeah,
the
yeah,
company would be screwed if that happened. They
Yeah.
don't want to.
Yeah.
There's no
risk
way
that.
that.
Yeah, I don't think that one. Yeah, I don't think that would ever be the case. Hopefully not.
Yeah.
Wait. The only thing I will say is that like I get it. Like part of it is like a meme, and I know that like, you know, we all at this point we're all kind of, because the second you confirm like one conspiracy theory, you kind of open the floodgates for all of them. But like,
Are
I
birds
will
real?
just say as kind of like a PSA, like you can't like blame every single like every time you lose to something on it, because there are a bunch, dude. Today, there were like 3 people that are like, oh, I knew that, like, oh god, what was it? What was it, like creation destruction? Someone's DMing me. It's like, oh, dude, I bet you creation destruction is like 5%. Like it never procs, and I'm like, I'm not doing this. Like people like questioning like the percentage rates on every single artifact. And I had to be like, yeah, don't worry, I'll ask like New and Masha about it. Like no problem. Like, dude, this is like, you know, you could be like a little like weary, right? But you can't actually sit here and be like, no, that's wrong. No, that's wrong. Like, no, that's wrong. Like, no, it's like, I don't think the spaghetti can go that far where like everything is wrong.
I
Right?
think it's kind of like, if you think about it like a magic trick, right? Like, no. Like the idea of like in like a magic act, and I don't know if you guys know who Penn and Teller are, right?
Yep.
But
Yeah, I do.
they say it's like in an act, right? As soon as one thing gets proven to be wrong, like the act unravels, right? So now we're in this like, we just found out that this was wrong, and now some people in the community are kind of unraveling. Like they're just like, man, like the rest of this is now fake, right? Like all these other percentages is fake. Where like I don't necessarily think that's the case. Wait, where did Gabe go?
I didn't even know.
He was done with you.
He just dipped. He's just like, I'm out of here, yo.
Okay, but
Because you brought up magic.
Yeah, he's like, peace. No, but like, I do think that's kind of like the mentality of like some of these
In the
people
wash tomb.
were kind of maybe like freaking out a bit about like all these percentages. Now, I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think that like artifacts like MLDB and stuff like that maybe do have higher proc chance? Like,
I mean, I think it's possible, but I mean, I don't know. I just assume they're going to Moonlight Dreamblade anyways, and I always assume Arbiter Villager is going to get greater attack because he always does. So at this point, the thing is, everyone has their personal anecdotes of being like, well, there's no way that counters 20%, right? But you would expect it to be 20%, but you're just unlucky with it, or you know, just your bias. You would always you're always going to see it way more when it affects you. So who knows, right?
Yeah, like the other thing is like, well, I understand like people are probably like, wow, this procs a lot more than often. You could always like you said, Jenna, right? Like you could have like a really bad dry spree, right? Or you have a really bad like, or you have a moment where it's like, wow, actually, like Violet just got 2 hit. Like I think there was like 3 times today where I gabbed and hit Violet back to back to back to back to back. And I was like, okay, what are you gonna say? Like gab rate is higher? Like, depending on how often that happens, I feel like like on it. Okay, I know I don't play Banshee, but like to be honest with you, like probably would never be able to tell a difference. Like realistically, like between like 20 and 30, like especially when I'm not like hitting or like using like CounterSet so much, it just feels like okay, don't get me wrong, like literally an extra like third or like 10% more is huge because it's literally like 33% more. But like some of these percentages, like let's say that like gab isn't actually 40 and it's like 35 or it's like 45. Are you really gonna like raise a pitchfork over it? Because I mean, it's like I don't know. For me, I can't like see some of these percentages because sometimes I'll just be lucky and I'll just get like gab, like counter, MLDB, like proc this, proc that, and I'm like, okay, well, I don't know.
just
For
took
me, like
5
when people
days
say
where Gab didn't proc. Just saying, 5 days.
I think, to me, I only really felt like the whole counter difference like on certain units. I'm not talking about Green Purgus. I'm not talking about Christie, but like there's some units, right, that it does feel like they innately counter more. I think Archdemon Mercedes is a unit that like if you haven't just been countered like 10 times in a row and then soloed by an Archdemon, like you just know that it sucks. Or like Rem, for instance, right? Like Rem is a little bit different, but like even sometimes I'm like, all right, I don't want to hit like anything else like the other team because I don't want her to AoE counter. So I'm just gonna hit her like 3 times in a row. And then she counters like 3 times in a row, and you're just like, well, there's no point to this, right?
There are games that 100% all of us have lost because we made decisions hitting Charles or Rem or something because either it didn't matter for Charles or Rem. It's like, oh, I'd rather take the single hit than the AoE.
Yeah.
And you would always make that decision because that's the smart choice. But it turns out maybe that wasn't the smart choice.
Yeah.
There is no smart choice when it comes to RNG.
Because Elbrus is what, 20? And what's Rem's counter?
20.
15 or it's 20? Yeah. So technically speaking, right, it's safer now to hit the other 3 units and not Rem.
Wait.
Yeah.
Wait. Oh, counter. Oh, wait. Okay, yeah. Okay, sorry. God, I can't do fucking math. Holy shit, my brain hurts thinking about math, dude. Oh my God.
20 equals 20. Wait a second.
No. For some reason, I thought that counter worked like how Elbrus works. So I was like, dude, wait, 30% per person. That's a 90% chance to get to like
Canna. All right, Gabe, can you just mute him for like 10 minutes?
Yeah, I got you.
Please, just mute him for 10 minutes.
Yeah, I got you.
He's giving me a fucking headache. Like,
all right, well, it's okay. I mean, like, in the end, it's just I feel like this is one of those things where like, I can see some people being mad about this. I just hopefully, I'm not gonna lie, part of me hopes Malgate doesn't really give too much for this. I feel like what they gave is already not bad in terms of compensation.
Gear selectors, gear recall.
Yo, MO5 selector or Riot. Actually, I think more people would be happy with the
to be
MO4.
fair, I wouldn't mind if they gave that gear event though again.
Wait. Hold on. So that's the only thing. So like, okay, people like were asking for like, okay, so we're gonna talk about it. I think a little bit later, right? Maybe I think on the list, but like BBK recall.
Oh, we can talk about that. We can talk about that now if you want. It wasn't on the list actually.
I don't think it's happening.
I really hope that they.
I hope it's not.
Okay,
that's a big problem.
Yeah,
like everyone understands, right? Because everyone, hey, Mr. Spez got himself here on the side, right? Like,
well, I don't want it to happen. It's stupid. They should never do a recall ever again.
I think it's just really bad timing.
Yes.
Incredibly bad timing, and it makes it look even worse for the people like Jenazadp, right? That had to spend 20k mystics. It makes it feel that much worse for those players.
It's right after it's doing the banner. I could
it honestly, feels really bad.
I think really there's no way it's going to happen. I think if it does happen, it's an idiotic move, and I also think they could have just literally said nothing, and no one would ever have noticed for the rest of time.
What do you mean? I'm a BBK main. Hello. I notice that shit every time I use her. What do you mean?
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I really hope they don't do like a BBK recall right now, or I think because I'd rather them just fix the unit, and that's it. That like if they recall her, if they give a recall for that and a selector, That
I
would
think
be,
the issue is, right, we've had recalls for less. We got a CDOM recall for a text change that didn't actually affect anything other than just like
Oh yeah.
The math.
giving a better description of like what her skill
Yeah.
2 does,
Oh,
and then like
yeah.
here's a free 4-star ML, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And it's like
Okay,
they've
so
really dug themselves into a hole with this situation with AOL
okay,
specifically.
so here's the thing. I don't mind if they recall, just don't give the selector.
Yeah.
Or yeah.
Recalls are 100% fine. Just don't ever do
Yeah,
selectors.
don't
Yeah.
do the selector,
You're right.
especially at this point in time, because
Yes,
this would
wait
literally
like
be a
6 months at
smack
least.
in
Come
the
on.
face.
I
Yeah.
mean, I can't complain. I luck sacked AOL, but like I would feel
I
really
can
bad.
complain.
I would feel really bad for the people
I'm allowed to
who
complain.
who didn't get AOL. Not that I know anybody. If you guys happen to pull like what was it, 6 spez or something like that, like
Or
4 spez, you know,
I gifted one to
I
Jatai as well.
feel for you, but like I personally don't know anybody that had to go through that suffering. But
Same.
yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Sorry, it was just like a weird like aside. But while we're talking about like selector and stuff like that, like what
I do think it was
compensation-
something to talk about though, because
Yeah.
I think it's
No, that's fair, yeah.
potentially an issue.
It's part of the same,
Mhm.
like, I mean, it's part of it was part of the same issues that, you know, whether or not their compensation and whatnot, what they plan to do with that. Okay.
I mean, I have a little aside just with the whole thing of, people are like really pissed about the whole counter thing, right? I don't know if I can bring this up, but I like talking about this guy, Mr. Gaming Psychopath. You may have heard of him. He is now calling to boycott the game.
huh?
I saw that. I was gonna DM you about that because I was crying. Like,
Wait,
was like,
I don't know
is
about
so
this.
funny.
What?
Oh, so
Yeah,
he's
you
kind
just
of
look
a
at his most recent video.
he's kind of a meme. He releases about 5 videos a day, really clickbaity stuff, and now he's calling to boycott the game. He's like his whole career is playing this game, but he's apparently the first one to quit.
Gabe, you might have remembered one of his videos back when LRK was released. Is about how LRK is a terrible unit, and then you click on the video, right?
Oh.
And then you look, and he's in silver RTA,
Yes.
and it's giving us like this. He's like, yeah, LRK.
He recently made a video talking about how all these players are arrogant in Epic 7 and it was silver RTA and he was talking mad shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Oh, this guy, the guy who was promoting. Oh, I see.
Yeah, there's a lot of issues, I would say, that come from this channel.
Yeah. A lot of
I see.
Ken one-shot Wyvern. Anyone
Yeah.
use Ken to
Yeah, I actually recently just plus 50 my Ken because of it, but it doesn't
All
work.
right, dude. That's okay, dude. All right.
Can I get a
anyways,
refund?
I just thought that was interesting, like boycott the game. Like, obviously some people are gonna get pissed over this kind of thing, but like this is an obvious
Next
overreaction. This is
level
like
kind of-
Genshin level overreaction,
Okay.
I really don't think it's that big of a deal.
Yeah.
I think
hope-
there is like issues with it, but like I think they took the correct route with it. So like,
Mhm.
Mhm.
not like I'm
I
gonna
do
be
agree
like,
with that.
I'm gonna fucking review bomb this shit, like terrible game, 1 star. Like, nah.
No, now we go to Genshin and we give a 1-star review because we're pissed about Epic 7.
Yeah,
True.
We've come full circle.
Yes.
Yes. The circle of life. Oh my god.
Look what you've done.
Holy shit! I'm doing it right now. Fuck it.
I'm pissed because CounterSet's actually 30%.
I don't even
Oh
play
my
Genshin.
God.
Just like,
Yeah.
just like
Go to Clash of Clans.
All right. Let's talk
Google
about-
Classroom. It's over.
Let's talk about the new exclusives first, real quick here.
Mm.
All right, we'll
That's-
start with
that's great.
Senya's. I'm not a Senya user,
Really?
so I can't say too
I
much.
think all
I'm about to
3
be.
are sick. All
Yeah.
3 of them are awesome, and like, there's different uses for each individual one. I think 2 is probably the worst.
Mm.
I think 1 is probably the most consistent, and I
Mm.
think 3 is really good if you like the Lilius cleave. Like incredibly good if you like the Lilius cleave.
I feel like 1 and 3 seem like you could go between them depending on what kind of use you have for Hisenya. Seems really good. You know?
Yeah, 1 is like exactly what she needed in
Yeah.
her kit to be like really good. I think.
And 3 is like, holy crap. Like, I didn't even think
Yeah.
that could happen.
Why couldn't they have given Vildred Gab? Hello?
What the
Why couldn't they
heck,
have
bro?
given him any
I have a whole thesis to talk about Mr. Villager when he gets a. Oh my god, dude.
Okay,
I
okay.
have personal anecdotes.
And
Don't
I
worry, you can go
dare
and send
you
it
to
first.
say the whole thesis without saying the word like in it.
You also
Okay,
can't
I'll
like
try.
you can't touch your hair and
you
just flick it back.
Okay, all right, okay. My hands will be like this. I'll be in my praying
Okay.
pose.
All right, are you ready? Ready? Okay,
All right.
Vildred right
Okay.
now. All right, it's your turn to shine, bro.
Okay, this unit, okay, has the same stats as Arbiter Vildred, right? But has an element, right? But granted, can do like the can do the can kill T-Surin through her second life, right? Today, I spent probably like 10 or like 12 matches picking this unit where I had 4k 300c damage, I had Sword of Summer Twilight, I had Flan, I def broke a unit, and the amount of times that if anyone ever says 4k 300c damage on a unit, you would imagine that it would kill like, you know, most of the units in the game. They're like, or like really close to killing them.
He just gave up on not saying
He
like.
gave up. Yeah.
I can't. This unit is just, I don't understand. Like, God, I can't even stop saying it. This unit is so infuriating. It's too hard because the issues with him are that his best uses are like a speed imprint. Okay? He's a speed imprint at best who kills T-Surin. Right? He's a speed imprint that kills T-Surin. And aside from that, at best, if you can get a Death Breaker and an attack buffer or a C damage buffer, whatever, those are his only, like, you can only get this really specific niche case of where he works. So it's like to cheese a passive where you can't die one time, or you have to kill like the whole team with a bunch of debuffs on it. And none of these things actually help, except for what I thought would actually be the worst EE, which is the second one.
The damage one. Yeah.
damage.
He just
Yeah,
does
because-
more damage now.
Yeah.
Because the issue is that the second one seems so, or the third one seems so cool. You get C damage buff. Why? You don't need Flan, right? No, because it applies after.
They should have done. There's a lot of things they could have done.
Like, what is the point of giving C damage buff to a unit that you've already, or when you've
He's
already
S2.
killed a unit? Yeah,
for
he's
his
already
S2.
into it.
Yeah,
It just.
but I think they could have done this wouldn't make him like amazing suddenly, but I think they could have done things such as make his S2 push like the whole team or something potentially when he kills somebody, or have something like such as he gets pushed up more, something akin to ML Charles, right? Where if someone gets really low, he gets pushed up or something like that too. Or he gets an attack buff when somebody dies, so you don't have to. He himself has to kill someone to get that attack buff. These are all just random thoughts, but any of those I feel like are better than what he got, right?
I think it's because you guys are building him wrong. I don't know if you guys know anything about me. Right? I don't think if you guys know anything about me, right? And he's even better now because CounterSet is 30%.
Oh my god.
Hear me out.
Oh my god.
You're in a speed contest with the cleaver, right? And they're getting rid of your Degen Arby. You need that 12 speed imprint just to be a little bit faster, right? But not only can you do this, you can draft him with Fat Cat and MLDB and put him on CounterSet. And like you said, Canna, he has the same exact stats as Arbiter Vildred.
He does.
So that
why
means
not
he
just
will
make
counter equally as much.
Exactly. And when he counters, he gets his proc. And you know, cleave units are pretty squishy, right? Like, come on, guys. I can't be crazy.
Okay,
But that's actually MLM.
if the dancing blade skill said additional increase, like if he pushed back like RB with his S1, then I'd be,
Better
okay,
push
maybe.
forward though, you know.
Well, for Degen,
Oh,
Madrid,
that's what you're talking
probably-
about.
Yeah,
No, I'm
for his.
Why
his
push
level
forward
of
when you can just kill?
You just kill them. Like it's just that easy. I don't.
Okay, dude, I trust in the yo. I'm gonna build it. I'm gonna run it against Canna.
I already did that.
Oh,
It's
wait.
so funny.
Wait a minute.
I remember.
Listen, I was a
Kana-
different man back then.
Yo,
I was a
Kana-
different man back then.
I
I've
was
seen it
doing this-
used.
Yeah, I was doing this earlier, right? And then Kana randomly DMs me at like 3 a.m. once, and he's like, I'm trying to find it because he called me I want to say like a harm to society or something like that.
He was
because he sends me this picture of this dude who drafted a DJ Green Vildred versus him, and that was probably the greatest message I've ever gotten at like 3 a.m. Which is Kana like, dude, what is wrong with you?
You spread
I
this.
I thought he had to be on like an alt account or something. I was like, no shot. Anyone thought to themselves, yeah, this element, this.
No,
this
I fought
grass
one.
beef,
I
dude, like-
before Platy actually initially like told me that he was doing that, I actually saw one and I was like, this is dog shit.
Okay,
I actually
wait.
fought one and I was like, that was trash. What was that? I was confused, but you know, it didn't work.
So you're
I
telling
found
me
it.
I need to do this.
He called me a plague to Earth.
What?
With a screenshot of a team with Arby and Vildred, and then he's like, this Green Vildred just fucking countered. You are a plague to Earth. And then he called me disgusting and said it was vermin tech.
Yeah, that actually is what I said.
Yo,
Oh
I'm
my
telling
God.
you, like, guys, it's so good. It's so good. It's not as good into Pavel, right? Because Pavel like can't be countered, but like
Mhm.
Pavel's gonna die, right? So
Yeah,
with
yeah.
Belian, you draft Belian, you draft DJ Green Vildred. How does Kana win? Think about it.
Kana wins?
40% of the time.
Almost 48. I'm 0.3% away. I'm close. I'm almost there. I'm just saying. Wait, but on a to like reel it back a little bit. I really feel like these EEs are like his. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Like the second one, I really feel like there should have been something else because
I do
one is supposed to help like the like is help. One is help kill secure. One is for CR, and then one was supposed to be to guarantee the kill, right? Or guarantee like the initial like the S2. But is 10% like okay? Let's say that you have like however much damage. Like if you have like 4K attack, that's what I don't know what the multiplier is on it, but it's not like you're gaining like 8K more damage. I feel like.
Well, I don't think like.
Oh
that,
my god!
like,
Okay, relax. Oh
Does
my
it- okay,
God.
it's just more damage. Like,
Okay, I'll be
Doesn't
honest.
Green
be doing
Vildred
this-
doesn't he have like speed scaling in his kit?
Yes,
I swear,
but
speed
it's
scaling
pretty
is
crummy.
horrible.
Yeah, no, but
crummy.
it's so bad and like it doesn't really fit with what you're trying to do. With
I swear to God, when he first came out, he was still okay because everything was squishy. But now with all the
Yeah.
like the equipment
It's
levels,
impossible
The game has
to win.
changed.
yeah, I feel
It's
like he
impossible to
needs
do anything.
like maybe if they gave him like a defense pen or like something like that, like you know what I mean, kind of like.
Yeah, like
Sorry, I mean.
Okay,
Yeah,
genuinely.
like
okay,
Oh
wait.
my
genuinely, I
God.
think they're giving him the crit damage on his S3
Yeah.
to make it so he's better for PvE. So he kills on the first wave, and then on the second wave, he kills that, and then you get to the boss. Right? It's PvE. Actually,
I guess.
nobody's gonna use that.
Yeah, I guess. so.
I don't think this actually helps him that much though.
No.
No,
To
I
be
don't
honest,
think
like
so.
If you're using him already, I guess it's like a good upgrade. You'll have like a little boost. It's like, oh yay, now I get a bit more damage. But it's not like, wow, this is going to be a game changer, at least.
It's a lame one. It's like K-Rons. It's one of those uninspired ones where they wake up at 3 a.m. and they're like, oh crap, like I gotta make an
We need an
EE. You got an EE we gotta make? Okay, well, let me just smoke this bong for a few hours and then let me just make an
Weedred.
EE for build. Let's just do that.
Weedred.
Yeah, Weedred, yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
What?
it's one of
So-
those ones.
Yeah, they're on some hard copium.
There was someone that actually brought that up where it's where they said that this could be the PvE like change, right? Where it's technically Vildred is still used by some people as like their PvE farmer, but we already got Karen, and none of Karen's changes are PvP, right?
Skill 2 is
It's-
PvP.
What,
Yeah.
the strip?
No,
It's a strip. It's a strip before defense break, but I don't
I
think
know
it's
why
like, that
they
good.
did it that way. So the reason why Karin's E's are like that, if you look at the S3 one, Gabe, I don't know if you could swap to that one.
I'll swap to it. Okay.
So that one is, if you guys don't know, New actually only runs Wyvern 12, and the reason for that is he says Wyvern 13 is too hard. He uses Karin as well. I think that they
Where is he,
strategically made
dude?
this around the fact that he is incapable of farming Wyvern 13.
Oh
They had to
my
make
God.
something like this to actually boost it up so that their community manager wasn't embarrassed.
Please.
So I think they put the bleed on that. I think Luna might get some sort of upgrade to put bleeds on S1 soon because he also uses Luna in his Wyvern team.
Someone
Yeah.
please clip and DM this to him. He needs to. This is his time, dude. New is legend for sure now. He can do Wyvern 13. Oh my God, think about it. The free 75 gear, Luna, the Wyvern. Wait.
They also
okay,
buffed
Canna?
Ravi. This is actually
No,
a
no.
conspiracy.
No. I was trying to think. I was trying to think back when I was on his account. Oh, he's cleared Wyvern 13 before.
He's cleared it before. Yeah,
he has to
just,
manual
like
it.
one time. Yeah, he manually.
Yeah. When he was when I account reviewed his account, we were like dead on like barrier phase or something, and I had to Archie twice, and he
Wait,
killed
what?
me.
Was it
Yeah,
that
we
bad? I don't remember it
Archied
being
twice.
that bad.
Oh my
It was
god.
so bad. It was so bad. We had to Archie twice to kill the Wyvern. That was. I mean, you know what? If your community manager can get to Emperor with Wyvern 12, you know what? So can the rest of you guys, right?
He
Setting
doesn't-
a good example.
He doesn't run Wyvern anymore, by the way. He runs Katie's 12 now.
Oh
Oh
god.
boy.
I'm not kidding.
He has. Wait, did you look at his account? He does have like Golem 12. Like
Okay,
teams
no,
and
yeah.
stuff
He
like that.
actually farms Golem though.
Oh, he also
Oh
only
my
has 4 teams total. He has never bought a
I
5th
don't-
or farther team.
I don't like that. That makes me upset.
Yeah.
That makes
It-
me
it-
really
New-
upset.
New's like the
It's
I
last least free to play person. Well, he's not the least free to play. He's definitely not. What the heck?
You
This
could
is a
use only
costume-based
waifus in
ghost.
this game and be fine. Like, there's so many like strong waifu characters, but
What
I do
the-
think Karen's EEs like overall are pretty nice for like
I actually like Karen. Yeah.
PvE player. Like skill 1 makes her a lot
Yeah.
better in Fire Expo. So if anybody has had issues in Fire Expo, I think that's fine. And then skill 3, obviously, like for people like New who can't farm Wyvern 13, it's really good for that. Skill 2 is just very random.
It seems
I think
worthless. It's like
it
for
is
PvP,
extremely
but you wouldn't
worthless because like you're never gonna use Karen in PvP. And if I lose to a blue Karen in PvP, I don't even know what I'll do.
use it. Something
Wait,
horrible.
Wait, can I ask? Like, does anyone know what the like? Okay, so
I'm gearing my Karen for you.
Now-
Washable.
so for
I only
people
lose to
that
BBK.
do, like the Wyvern one shot where it's Karen and Singelica, this doesn't make it
This doesn't help.
an 85%? Wait, it doesn't?
Well-
It helps with Sigret's damage. So
Yeah,
if
I
you
guess
don't have enough
just starts
damage
Yeah,
on
yeah, yeah.
Sigret,
bleeds.
it gives you more like defense pen on the Sigret skill too.
And if you're
but
running
all
like a
those-
standard
Oh,
team, it gives you the debuffs you need.
yeah.
I just see it as Clarissa's EE is 100 times better than this one. It's just a way more useful unit for all of that kind of stuff. And
It just depends
this
on who
seems
you
just like a
have
waste.
invested into, because some people
Mhm.
have Karen invested into already from like the early days, while other people have Clarissa invested
Yeah.
into.
But here's the thing: did those people care about this? And they're like, "Oh, finally, I can do the one shot. I couldn't do it for all this time, but now
Well,
that my
no.
Karen's finally useful."
Well,
That's a different
it's
story.
a waste.
I think a majority of people that do the Wyvern one shot now are using the Rem team on hub
Yeah.
buffs.
That
Yeah.
Rem team is oh my
Yeah. I
think a lot of
god!
I
people
Because
are
saw
doing
Light
that.
and Kana use it. It literally defense
It's-
breaks the boss like 12 different times.
Oh
It's-
my
it
god!
almost-
It's like, why would you run like a
I actually wish I
85%
had a
team?
separate rem just for that.
Me too.
Yeah.
I wish.
Cause-
that was
I
true. Oh
hard
my God.
agree.
I have 1 extra rem, guys. I'm ahead of the
Oh.
curve.
What?
I pulled 7 rems, dude.
It's okay. I have AOL.
Oh my god! You're spiting it.
You're okay. You're toxic.
Wow, you're jealous about 1 extra rem, huh? About my 7th rem.
Boom. All right. Let's move on here.
Oh, what? Oh, no, never mind.
Yeah, so let's talk about this. Okay, so we talked about it last time already. You know, like Belian and how she is like a unit, how she'll affect the game, but it's always
She's a
nice to hear
unit.
differing opinions on what you guys will think how she'll affect you, how you play the game, how you draft, and all that kind of stuff. So, kind of curious to hear your thoughts, right? What you think about her, how you feel like it'll affect your play style. Will it change a lot? You know, that kind of thing. Do you have enough resources to still go for her? You know, and like, you know, is she a must pull for people, kind of thing?
I guess.
I think.
Well, let me just first off say Awooga, and then Platy, you can go.
I was gonna say if you're playing arena, I think she's pretty good for arena defense. Like maybe I would almost go to the point of saying like integral for not getting cleaved in the last hour, but I mean like who plays arena?
Yeah.
For RTA, I think
Seems nice to have, right?
she is a unit that gives you a lot of utility. I don't necessarily think she's like a necessity, but she gives your draft, or she gives you the ability to have another answer into cleavers on ladder. And I think people are overestimating the impact that she'll have with like the no souls. She's gonna definitely be good, and she's definitely gonna change things, but I don't think people are gonna all of a sudden be like, first pick Belian, right? Like,
yeah, that's an int.
Dude, if you first pick, but like I'm
doing it.
The more and more,
I
still
still
people
think,
saying that they're gonna do that.
I mean,
you're psycho,
fine.
dude. Like, if you first pick, okay, so she's an AOE S1 knight unit, right? And you can't like all of her. I think all of her skills actually are AOE, right? Her S3 is not single target. This is like the most like remable unit I think I've ever seen in my
and
entire
SSB,
life.
even more SSB, because if she goes
SSB,
S1 into S2, like oh my god,
SSB
Dude, like,
Rem LRK.
Yeah, this is psycho. Like,
because people can just slam SSB Rowana into you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right. And now you no longer have the SSB counter, and you're just feeding free stacks and healing. Which is why
feels
injury set
like,
Belian.
She's a late pick.
Yeah.
Or versus Cleave.
But
I
even
think
versus Cleave, like, do you feel like?
I feel like people are gonna like. Okay, there's always been transitions. Certain people playing the Cleave style, like some people don't rely nearly on souls as much anymore, and there's a lot of like damage dealers that are just pure raw damage, like Straz, Watcher Shuri, and stuff like that. So like we're definitely gonna see some transition in cleaving wise, where people are just going.
I think
just
single target.
Yeah, single target raw damage
with Closer Charles.
You know, I'm very sad I didn't get that unit.
Yeah,
I am also very sad. I didn't pull because his animation was just so bad.
Oh, don't even talk about that.
So bad. But now I look at it, I'm like, wow, he's actually.
I didn't pull because I saw Angel of Light. And I was like, wow, trying to go for this character.
Think about it. You could have had 4 Closer Charles.
I could have, and I would have the same amount of Angel of Light. But would I be at pity right now as we speak?
No.
Wait. I have to ask though. I feel like how many of you guys actually use Jenna, I know you use strays, right? Have you encountered all the psychopaths already that counter strays? They bait strays out like really annoyingly.
Okay, I see a bunch of like, let me just say it, a bunch of jackasses that they'll pick anti-strays tech before I even pick him. They'll pick him like second pick. They'll pick some character that's like a 23,000 health Landy versus my Cleave, and then they pick their knight after, and it's like 22,000 health. And I'm like, why would you even? What if I didn't go strays? You're instant. Like, what are you doing? Like, why are you doing this? And there's just these people running around doing that crap. So
wait,
I don't know.
I have a theory. What if they're stream snipers?
I mean, but they still wouldn't know I'm doing strays. I'm not saying like I'm gonna pick strays. I just like, I guess I'll pick strays fifth pick. Like I fight against people on Guide to a Decision Amelia, right? And what if I didn't pick Fairy Tale Tenebra? Then it's ass. Right? Like, but if you pick it as your fifth pick, you get owned because you're like, well, he wasn't preparing for this, right? Oh, he let my Fairy Tale Tenebra through. And then, oh, it was Guide to Decision. He 5-headed me as a first pick Amelia. He knew I was going to do this.
I think
I will say Jenna is definitely more like flexible. I think I get frustrated because everyone knows I'm gonna pick Strays and RV, and they know that I'm hard forcing the same thing. But I'd be really pissed off. Like I get pissed off because I know it works against me and I can't flex. But it's actually really psycho that it happens to Jenna. Because Jenna, I see you with like 4 different playstyles, like within like an hour.
I don't know
Like,
about that one.
Really, you go from like I see you like A-Raz, like Ruel, and then I'll see you have Cerise, and like 3 matches later. Doesn't it? You just keep flip flopping, no? Or
Yeah,
Jenna just plays
Kinda
whatever he
depends.
wants.
Yeah. I kind of just look at my opponent's going, and then I say I'm either fine playing against that, or I don't want to play against that, and then I cleave him or something.
Yeah, I think Strays is actually like becoming a pretty standard pick now into the people who like early pick Karma and early pick FCC, stuff like that. So it's kind of to be
Strays is big.
expected. Like he's super important if you have troubles like just punching through these teams, which is why I think it's pretty viable to have these answers. I think I remember I was watching Kenny play RTA, and this dude was running like a 23k HP Violet. And there's a Maid Chloe, and he skill 3s and misses on the Violet, and the Maid Chloe took 0 damage, and he's like, "What the fuck?"
That's so douchey, dude.
And the Maid was like 20k HP,
dude.
And Violet took a turn, it was like 22k HP, and he's like, "What the fuck? Like, why?" There's some elo terrorists out there, but it's one of those things that it's like it's cute, it works one time, and then if you keep track of the players, like, and I think a lot of people do keep track of who they play later on in the season because there are these elo terrorists that do that.
The cheese stuff only goes so far.
It only works
elo terrorists.
I call anybody who has like a Violet that's like 25k HP a elo terrorist. I'm looking at Vinny. Is Vinny here?
I just hate it when somebody sacrifices a really good unit just to do some sort of degen thing like that, and you're just like, I lost to this thing that's like so dumb and it would never work in any other situation, but right here, and you're like, what the hell?
I've been having that happen.
Platty, wait, you said Vinny? Have you seen his ML haste?
Yeah, his 30k ammo haste.
Oh
Psycho, disgusting. I don't even want to play against this shit anymore, dude. If my Strays clicks S3 and I hit that thing, I'm going. I'm
telling you, like anytime you fight Vinny, you're just fighting like 200k EHP. And at that point, I'd rather just draft 5 knights and take him to Frenzy.
I saw a 30,000 health Senya or something.
Deserved.
That's why his normal playstyle is like now.
It's deserved. Like, yo, Vinny is actually.
It's not the Vinny I used to know. Vinny started off as a Yuna Sid player. He was just full balls to the wall.
How far
speed.
He's fallen.
Yeah, and now he's just like 30k HP units.
Yeah, let's put this into Canna's words. Vermin tech.
Vermin tech, especially.
Yeah. No,
he is the definition. He is the definition of an elo terrorist.
Oh my god, dude.
Have you run into those really fast T-Surns?
Oh, I'm running that now.
That you just like
with Secret Storm Art, right?
No, I'm talking like 290 T-Surns.
Oh my god,
that's gonna kill me.
Like, I was playing and this guy picked Pavel, or I picked Pavel and he had T-Cern. I'm like, this is a free win. And then the T-Cern was like 290, almost 300 speed. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I just lose now.
Yep.
I also run that on my alt account.
Why is this a thing?
Yeah.
What is wrong with you people?
It's like a cheese strat, I feel like.
Against
certain players.
Anyone else. Yeah. It does nothing.
Cheese stuff works. It's just
very good against flans. A lot of flan abusers. It's very good against them.
The sort of Secret Storm thing.
Yeah.
That actually sounds.
Flan pushes, cool. And then T-Star is just like, whoop, hello.
Your only big brain strat is that you press S3 instead of S2 if there's no immunity. If there's immunity, you die. Go next.
Okay, wait. I just realized that the whole topic was Belian.
Yeah.
Sorry. Right. Anyways, so yeah, what else on Belian? Sorry. Sidetracks. It's okay.
I wish she affected both sides with her passive.
Yes.
That is my only like complaint about her is I think it's still super strong when one opponent can book stack and the other
in a long match, especially. I think people are going to be spamming a Tywin with her.
Which is why I feel like if you don't pre-ban her and you're running against a cleaver, like, is it not going to be like the cleaver taking Belian most likely?
I don't think the cleaver Wait, Cleaver using Belian?
I don't think so because
You can't
she
use her.
doesn't actually do enough damage to warrant like using in a cleave. Like she has nice, excuse me, she has nice like scalings, but like HP scaling bruisers generally don't
True.
work.
HP
too
scaling
well.
usually, yeah.
Actually, wait.
the
Stats
only
are,
here's
her
the-
scalings pretty much fall in Cecilia.
Wait. What if you built her damage though, and you strip their team, and then she S3s and taunts them all? You get like a second turn for your cleave.
maybe.
I don't
Second
know.
turn cleaves are usually pretty weak though now.
I
It's
do
usually, like,
think
unlimited.
I think that cleave is very dependent on who they get as their damage dealers.
Mm.
And like with how easy it is to be like super tanky, like I'm sure Canna knows this too, right? As a cleaver, like I'm starting to talk like Canna now. I caught the disease. Fuck.
That's why I brought that up, because I saw you and Sky King start saying like every word. I was like, oh no.
Fuck, it's doomed. Ah,
I've always
No,
said like a
but-
lot and like a few other things. My chat makes fun of me for that normally.
yeah. No, but what like cleave units are there? Like big DPS outside of strays killing one unit. There's RB,
CDOM,
CDOM. But that's
Dude,
single target.
Watcher Shuri.
Watcher
Oh, you're
Shuri
talking
is
about
single
AoE?
target. Like there's
Okay.
no really good AoE.
Mm.
Yeah,
I don't think it's
AoE's
a
become
hot
really
take,
bad.
but I feel like if you ban strays, good luck cleaving. You can't. I don't like unless you have like a really fast landy, like a full DPS landy. Like, dude, I got pre-banned strays like 10 times today, and I like didn't. I didn't
Just
kill
boom.
anything. I don't know what the hell you're supposed to do. Like,
Huh.
that's when I had to use Vildred, and I was really hoping that Vildred
You just revealed your strategy, dude. You guys know what to do.
I just think
it's tough. It's tough.
I just
Like, how
don't
do you
think
kill CR, man?
cleavers. I don't think cleavers can incorporate her into cleave without
Yeah.
sacrificing way too much
Agreed.
damage.
Mm.
Agree.
That's fair.
Agree.
That's fair.
Whereas like her passive, if someone slams like Stene Politis, I know they're gonna try to Pavel cleave, and you just pick Belian and it's a force ban. And then I also get to pick AOL. I also get to pick Carmen. I also get to pick GP, Troza, all these really like terrorist units for cleavers. And they just sit there and like, well, I guess I die.
I think Belian, my whole opinion of hers, she seems like a pretty good unit that might actually be a pretty strong 4th or 5th pick in drafts. I think in long drafts, she's going to be really frustrating, or long games, I mean.
Yeah.
And I think she's going to be really frustrating with characters such as Ambitious Tywin because she strips buffs. And she also can hold stuff such as Adamant or Elbrist, stripping more buffs. I think it's really unfair that people are going to be able to pick stuff such as Spectre Tenebria and then also Belian, and they get all the souls and the opponent doesn't get any. It makes it so you can't really push as much damage against them, but if they have a character such as Spectre Tenebria on their team, they can rush you down harder than you can rush them down. She seems kind of
Yeah.
frustrating to play against. There's RNG, and I don't know. I don't think she's going to be busted, though, or anything.
No,
I just
don't
think
either.
that she seems like a decent unit at first impression, right?
I wish, and Gabe, I know you played Summer's War. I wish her passive was like Leo.
Honestly, like we talked about that like a year or two ago. Like I'm more surprised there isn't a unit like Leo yet.
Yeah, I wish her passive was Leo and it affected both sides.
Hmm.
Because book stacking on one side is going to be really toxic if they have Belian then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's one of the things that I was actually surprised about. Like initially, like after I found out how her kit worked, I thought like the book affected both sides, but some people told me it wasn't. So I was like, oh,
Yeah, that's the one thing. If they're going to change anything about this unit, I would be really happy if they changed that one thing. But obviously, it's not going to happen because she's releasing tonight.
So yeah, that's one of the things. Chat is like Belian. Like initially, what everyone like will first think of is like, oh, this will hurt cleaves a lot, but at the same time, a lot of
it hurts
people
standard.
a lot of people who play standard doesn't realize that
It's like Angel of Light. Everyone thinks, oh, it's good versus Cleave, and doesn't realize it's going to be used non-stop versus them.
Yeah.
I think one of the things is like in standard, you're always running like soul burn units and stuff like that.
I would say yeah. Standard. There's
That you don't
Sene.
realize.
Sene is huge. Soulburn on even units like ML Crow, ML Tywin. FCC Soulburn is pretty important in certain cases. G-Perk's not drafted as much, but
Oh, sorry.
it's still
So can you explain Leo? So Leo from Summoners War, essentially, the way he worked was his passive affected both sides, and what it would do is it would equal out the speed to his speed. It's a bit of a different. We're just saying how in this situation,
it affected both teams.
Yeah. So that's the only aspect we're talking about here. But in the past, we talked about how I'm more surprised there isn't a unit because of the speed meta. I'm more surprised there isn't a unit that would actually affect both sides in terms of speed wise. But that's
maybe Leica. Who knows?
Maybe.
I hope she comes out soon.
Yeah, I do. Going back to the whole Souls thing, though, in standard draft, like if you can just name off just 10 units right off the bat that Soulburns are incredibly important.
I think a lot of people rely on A-Ras Soulburn without realizing it.
A-Ras Soulburn is huge.
Yeah. He's used to counter a Taiwan.
Fairy Tail Tenebria. I think anything that gives you an extra turn, anything that reduces skill, like the cooldown.
Yeah, and the one-turn Soulburns kind of thing.
So important.
You can't Soulburn on a Ravi or Ravi for like the huge nuke damage now. There's a lot of things actually in standard that actually uses and makes use of souls. Yeah, Landy, you can't.
Landy's extra turn.
You can't Soulburn S3, right? For the extra
Most
turn.
Soulburns are very offensive too, so her existence just slows down what the other team could do.
While still giving you the advantage.
Yeah.
And her Soulburn's insane, by the way. It just makes it so her S1 goes into her second, the incursion thing every time. And that's a strip into slow and miss buff, debuff.
Yeah.
Every turn.
Fire Charlotte Soulburn, yeah, that's another one.
Do they?
Oh, yeah, Fire Charlotte is actually really
good. For Soulburn, what, on the S1?
S3.
S3.
Where it doesn't
Belian is on S1. If that's what you meant.
Oh. No. The Fire Charlotte's S3.
Oh,
yeah, Fire Charlotte's S3.
Oh, yeah.
Where it reset, she doesn't.
So she can S3 every turn.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Oh, yeah.
Which is super good if you don't have buffs.
Yeah, I don't know.
And she strips buffs.
Super good.
I'm curious how the meta is gonna. I'm actually really curious on how the meta is gonna change, or if it'll change. I guess in that sense. To be honest,
I can already imagine there are gonna be people that are gonna like hard grief all the cleavers, and they're gonna have strays, anti-strays, and Belian. And so if you ever decide to yourself, hey, wait, my strays tech isn't working, let me play Pavel or something. Nope, now you got Belian. And then you're like, oh well, got Angel. And you get cleavers are gonna run out of steam soon, and I'm just praying. I'm on my knees that they just release a different, I want a new cleave unit, like nothing that has ever been done before. And
How dare you?
I want something so funny. I don't want anything like I want it to be like unique.
Post what he wanted.
Different.
I sent you that screenshot of the unit that he wanted.
Wait.
Yo, do you guys want to see? Yo, can you post this on the screen? Actually,
yeah.
I think. I think.
Oh, you're talking about the. Oh, yeah.
Can you just share that with the class?
Listen, all you aspiring cleavers out there, all right, that don't want to play anything else, you just want your matches over. I did this for you, okay? This was for you guys, all right? Remember that. Well, I am a man. I am a cleaver of the people. Check this shit out.
S1, 100% Sierra push with extinction and built-in lifesteal scaling off of attack and crit damage combined. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
S2, guaranteed crit on S3 plus 100% attack scaling plus unstrippable 3-turn immunity and immortality buff. Wow.
Yeah. Pretty good, right? Huh?
I don't even know if they need an S3 at this point. They should build in a passive where there's a 55% chance that you lose the game the moment you load in. So that way it's a Hail Mary cut. It's Violet. That is the same chance as Violet's dodge.
Wait, that's you talking. That's toxic, Washable. Even if this unit exists, you would still have a 40% win rate.
Oh yeah, of course that's me. Like no, but I don't know. I do agree though that at a certain point, Cleave is very unplayable, especially in an RTA setting where there is a ban, there's a pre-ban, and there's multiple ways to. It's different in Arena, but there's multiple ways to like deal with what the cleavers are doing. You can pick Acid to speed contest. You can draft multiple forms of mitigation. You could go to the casino, pick Violet, pick Rem, have a grand old time with that. It's just it's becoming increasingly more difficult. And is it Belian or Belian? I say both.
Apparently it's Belian, but I say Belian.
I just say whatever.
Belian.
I give up sometimes. You know,
Yeah.
it's like how I call chokes.
I still hate you for that. But that's a different topic. But
realistically, I think at some like, okay, Cleave is always alive, right? It always finds a way, and people always tell me, "Oh, well, it's fine. Cleave always finds a way." But the thing is, at a certain point, I just don't want to play Cleave anymore, and I don't think it's fun. And every time they come out with all these like BS things like this, or just annoying things like Politis, it just becomes less and less fun to play, and it feels like your opponent can just get away with more bullshit, such as Rem and Violet, and just get away with just drafting worse and worse every time these characters come out, and they don't even have to think, and they just slam down a bunch of annoying things, never having to think about what you're even drafting, and then they might win through either RNG or just a combination of passives that are frustrating.
Yeah, there's this dude that first picked Green Violet, and then he went Carmen, Mercedes, Rem. And I'm just like, I can't hit anybody on his team. I'm just gonna die.
Hold on. Okay. There's a
four
certain
Soul Weavers.
There's a certain morning streamer that you guys may be familiar with who raised awareness for this strategy. Not me. For this strategy, or maybe morning into afternoon. Okay, they raise awareness for this strategy where it's a pre-ban Stene into slam Rem Violet. Okay, I have fought against that so many times today, and it is the most frustrating, probably like gameplay like pattern I have ever experienced in my entire life. Because every single game, it's Rem counters like Violet, like Rem strips my strays, like Violet kills someone, and then I die, and it is the worst. Like when you say people don't have to think anymore, like, dude, I cannot for the life of me understand how people can get away with just slamming the same. Like, I get it for cleavers. Like, cleavers still have like a little deviation, but dude, just Rem Violet every game, first and second pick. You pre-ban the one unit that can like not get countered. Like, oh god, like what is wrong with?
They don't even need that if they have Fire Mercedes, right?
Exactly, that too. Like, what? Oh my god!
I fought a Lifesteal Fire Mercedes behind Trozet.
That sounds disgusting.
It was so annoying. She would just heal back to full.
I think this is the first meta where I've ever been less on the side of free to play, where I realized I really hate RGB versus RGB, and I kind of just like Demo 5s. I never really thought about it. I would always be like, well, I want more RGBs to be good, but not like this. Oh my. It's kind of just, it's really just like, my unit can beat up your unit. Oh yeah, well I'm going to pick this unit that beats up those units, and it's just purely off of elemental advantage. These units are countering each other, and
oh my god,
it's just kind of becoming a little too much. I actually like being second pick because I can scope out their draft and then just pick priority units.
That's fair.
It just. I know there's probably some thought process. Like, I'm not saying that like every standard bruiser, like whatever night player or whatever thinks like that. I feel like after a certain point, I feel like Cleave doesn't have that much variation in my opinion of how you play it. But man, like I cannot stand what people get away with. I got angry when people would first pick Acid. I would be really upset. Oh, look, the guy's in the chat now. I would get upset when people would Acid first pick. I get upset when people would just slam Sage Ball before knowing what I would pick. But this is I have never seen such an obscene amount of just Rem Violet, Rem Violet, Rem Violet, Rem Violet, Rem Violet, and then pre-ban anything that counters it in between. And you just how do you just let all of your points on the ladder be
I think Cody
by, like...
is right. It's because you literally only cleave, and the opponent could pick 5 Acids, and you would still go, okay, I'm going to fight against him with cleave.
Okay,
like,
so I was like, okay, first pick Acid, fine, but Rem Violet? Come on, man. It's not even like a guaranteed
well, if they
counter.
pick that, like, dude, I don't know, man.
That's where you have to as a player, right, and as someone who does aspire to climb and push for legend, being flexible in your draft and not playing one style is probably the easiest way to progress, right?
Well, but
Because
here's
it's
yeah.
very easy to know, oh, I'm fighting Canna. Oh, I'm fighting like the EU Canna who also cleaves, right?
You Connor doesn't cleave. He made my ass.
I watched him. Well, that's the thing. He can do other things, but I
Yeah.
watched
Oh my
him
God.
cleave. But he has other
Connor-
playstyles.
Connor, you don't have to play the other playstyle all the time. You just have to have that other thing ready for when people do this stupid stuff. Like, if somebody first picks a Sid against you, they're an idiot, right?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
realistically, you should just be able to transition your draft. But if you just refuse to do that, you're just playing into
Yeah.
these people and they can
First
abuse you
pick
all day
Acid,
long.
it's like, all right, I'm gonna pick 2 speed units into this.
That's
game.
what.
Yeah, I'm
That's for the
speeding.
content. Okay, that's for the.
Yeah?
Listen, think about it.
Yeah,
What's more
yeah.
fun, watching me G-perg this guy or?
I think
green
people like
synergy
watching
coolly?
people win, right?
Oh.
No, I can confirm that's not true.
Unlucky.
Yeah.
Gabe, what do you think about the current RTA meta? Because you do a very different kind of cleave as well. And what do you think about it as a whole?
I never understand Gabe's draft. I'll be honest.
He'll like made Chloe and he's still using Oxlots. These are like relics. Like he does some
What do
crazy
you
stuff.
Okay, I've transitioned. Okay, I don't.
You and
use
I are
them
the
in-
only Flitica people ever.
I use Summer Asteria now. Well, I've been using her since she
That's
came.
still crazy.
Oh,
Okay,
like-
by the way, what you did on the toilet? Wait. Can I just say I was in your stream
What?
the other day. On your
What?
alt account, you were a fucking psychopath when
What?
you max bottled your artifact. You used 5 bottles on the Summer Iseria artifact.
Okay, what's this
Oh.
about a toilet though? You saw him on the toilet?
He said he was gonna go use the bathroom, so he was playing RTA in the bathroom, and he was like, "Oh," and he was
Oh.
like, he went to his artifact menu. He was like, "Oh, should I bottle these? Should I bottle like the whatever the Land of Bomb artifact?"
Oh, okay.
To be
He
fair,
used
though,
all of his bottles on
to
it,
be
dude.
to be
What?
fair though, one, the artifact has to be maximum broken to be good, and
It's a whale
two,
artifact.
I don't think you should be bottling anything else outside of limited artifacts, anyways.
I do agree with
I
that
just
though.
thought it was
Yeah.
crazy.
So
But
I
that
think
limited artifact?
I don't think that's necessarily wrong per se.
I just didn't think he was slam.
It's
I
just
was
probably
like,
not the
"Kinda?"
best artifact to bottle.
It's not the best. It's definitely not the best. But if you do want to use Summer Asteria, it is
You
a
have to.
necessary thing to do.
She's
Not-
actually
okay,
the
it's
most
not a
whale
good-
unit I've ever seen, dude.
The
not a
Strahd
great
slate
idea,
was an
but-
accident.
But
Nah,
yeah, so I guess what do you think about the meta though, game?
I don't know. To be honest, like I feel like the metas, I actually kind of like it. To be fair, it's
I
just,
think it's in a good spot,
like
actually.
there's okay. Cleave is definitely harder than before, but I feel like Cleave might have been a little bit too strong in the past. Initially, there is a lot of counters and stuff like that now, but some people can still cleave, which is fine.
Oh yeah.
But
Wait,
I kind of like the RGB meta, even though some of the counters are to each other are kind of toxic and
It
whatnot.
gets really gross sometimes.
yeah, it gets pretty disgusting. But
I think
it's not
sorry, go ahead.
bad having that. Personally, I actually kind of like it.
the issue with the RGBs is almost all of them are
RNG.
casino units, right? None of them are strong
Yes.
because of their kit. They're really strong because they just have a percentage chance to just win you the game outright.
Rem can potentially just lose to like Carrot. For instance, you could
True.
Soul Burn Carrot's S3 with attack buff, hit the Rem and blow her up, and she just sits there doing literally nothing. Or she could counter every single hit and kill your entire team before they even get a turn.
True.
And you don't know what you're gonna get.
I mean, Red Charlotte on Symbol of Unity is still pretty casino, right? Because I picked that shit into Rem and into SSB, and I would say still, 60% of the time I win because I just crit the Rem.
Yeah.
Or I crit the SSB, and then they die.
I think the RNG is a problem, and people need to. There needs to be more thought in the thing rather than I see red, I go blue. That's basically all anyone does.
That is
Okay, okay,
It's
every
like,
single
oh,
draft,
there's
dude.
a red.
No, I think the thing about that is I like the RGB kind of meta, but I do agree that I kind of wish the units were more than just like, oh, this unit has a lot of RNG and I can potentially win if I counter or something here. Which I feel like having a unit where it's more of their kit itself is just good and you play around their kit and you counter the opponent's kit, would probably be. I think that'd probably be a little bit better. Like it adds more depth to the game rather than just.
It makes the drafts feel better.
Yeah, it's like, haha, I'm good at countering. Like when you see Red Violet, now it's just like, oh, how do I not get my ass fucked?
I mean, like when someone picks a Tywin, you see the passive and you think, oh, that can be good along with 15%, but it can be useful against Carrot or useful against these things. But people just pick Violet because they're like, okay, it beats every single blue unit. People pick Rem because it's like, oh, he has any AoE. Okay, I'm picking Rem. I'm hoping to just RNG.
Yeah.
There's just so little. Honestly, Landy's a character that even though she's green, you can pick into red stuff if you can protect her, right? But some of these other characters, you can't do that kind of thing as much. You get punished way harder, right?
I wish I had the screenshot of this. This dude had Fire Charlotte, Fire Mercedes, and Carrot.
Okay.
And I just slammed Green Violet. And I ended up winning. But it was
what is his team?
He had 3 fire units, right? And I'm just like, I have Landy FCC. You know what? I'm gonna go Green Violet Rem. And then he banned the Rem. I'm like, fuck, wait, what have I done? and then my Green Violet went Giga Chad, didn't get hit once, and crit the Carrot like 3 times. It was a
So
chef's
this is
kiss.
more of like
Never punished.
Now you're actually Omega Brain.
Yeah, never punished. I was like, I'm just gonna take the Rem counter with Violet, but then I've realized, wait, you can just ban the Rem, and I'm stuck with double green versus triple red. How win?
Oh, wait. Okay. Aside from myself, even though I am an aspiring, flexible player, soon to be in the future.
Aspiring. Okay. Yes.
Are you guys gonna change your? Are you gonna change your units that normally take book right now to something else? Or are you keeping them all book?
No,
probably not.
Because I'm not gonna see Belly in every single game, and I don't want to make a unit worse just in case I draft against Belian. Yeah. Because that's just, I think that's really.
I think the biggest thing is the only unit that might change for some people is Spectre.
That's I don't even agree with that.
Yeah, I actually don't fully agree. Yeah,
because I don't think the other artifacts you would put on her,
they're not good enough to make up for the fact you're not gonna have book.
I think Carrot now will probably be on Edika's more than Book. If I were to say, like, that's one.
Yeah,
I could see Ayla's Violin on Politis over Book. And I could also argue seeing Abyssal Crown on Basar over Book.
Well, let's say you first pick Spectre Tenebria. They're not going to just slam Belian, right?
No.
That would be stupid.
Well, I mean, they could.
We're going
okay,
to see
well, they
that
could,
the
and then
first
you bop their ass, right? But they could do that, but let's say they don't. You have to be thinking, okay, well, they might pick Belian. So if you pick a character like Rem in the middle of your draft or somebody who's strong against her, then immediately you're thinking, well, they probably want to ban this if they pick Belian. So I kind of have like a safety net, and then that means my last pick is pretty free. So
I think the biggest thing about that is like, okay, personally, I don't know if having Book on Spectre is always the best, because once Belian comes out, she's probably gonna see quite a bit of usage, unless you're pre-banning her. I'm not sure what the ratio is gonna be, where people pre-ban.
I doubt she'll be pre-banned. Angel of Light exists.
Okay, that's true. I forgot. Sorry, I don't have that unit, so I forgot about it for a second.
I think
so annoying.
If I don't pull Belian, I will probably just pre-ban her.
Okay,
because I don't like playing against units I don't have access to. So I'll just pre-ban it until.
So you're flexing that fact that you have Angel of Light on us.
Man, I don't know.
No.
He bans nothing because he owns everything right now.
No, I truly think if you want to play as flexible as possible, you just ban the stuff you don't have access to. So if I don't have access to this unit, I'm gonna pre-ban it. I did it back when I didn't have. Shoot, what was the unit?
A Tywin?
No, I've had a Tywin since his
free buff a Tywin.
Who'd you not have?
It might have been when Basar was really strong, and I didn't have the correct gear for my Basar, or my Basar's gear was spread elsewhere, so I didn't have him.
I mean, if you're talking about back then, Basar was banned almost like pre-banned by almost everyone for the longest time. Like
in season 3, really?
Okay, I don't know about. No, not season 3. I thought you were talking about earlier.
Wait, I usually just pre-ban the stuff that I personally cannot draft, because if I'm pre-banning, let's say like a Crow,
Yeah.
it's like, what if I need Crow, right? What if they take FCC
Yeah.
and then my
No, that's
options
fair.
are-
That's fair.
But if I ban like Belian, right? It's like I don't have this unit anyway, so it doesn't actually affect me. If my opponent has it and they want to draft it, great. If they don't, whatever. But I still have access to the rest of my units. Now, if I do pull her, I can't 6-star her, so I'll probably prevent her anyways. So
Nice. I guess so.
Are we all pulling for her, or?
I mean,
I
both
don't
me
know
and
if
you
I'm
are
gonna-
a pity Jenazadp, so we're both getting her.
I don't think
Hell
I'm gonna
yeah,
pull this
brother.
first rotation because I'm not at pity. But
Wait, what's the first rotation?
You
It's-
and me here,
it's-
no angel of light, pity
it's
Belian.
chokes as
Yeah,
my God.
you said it.
Oh yeah,
right.
yeah. They always make the rotation just as unbelievably bad as possible, right?
yeah, this
The first
is-
rotation is usually pretty bad. There's only one
Has-
time where it's good.
Has
And
Moy been
why
on
should the
rotation?
box slots?
Anyone?
Huh?
Does anyone know?
What would you say?
Is Moy
Ooh.
has Moy been on what's it
Polomau?
called?
Mui?
Whatever it's called.
Mui?
Yeah, Mui.
I'm pretty sure I've
Wait,
never
has-
seen
Probably
her
been
in
on
the
one
past.
before.
Yeah,
Recently?
I think she has.
Recently, or was it a while ago?
Oh, I have
don't
no
know.
clue.
I need that unit. Oh my god, I need her
Wait, why
so
didn't you
bad,
pick her with
dude.
your selector?
Yeah,
Who'd you pick?
What did I pick?
Vildred?
probably pick.
Oh, I'm
He
so
probably
stupid.
picked a Pavel imprint.
No. I gotta. Wait. No. The selector. Oh, Kisei. I got Kisei. That's what I
Oh.
got.
Okay,
Okay.
Kisei.
Okay,
Kisei's
Kisei's
fair.
not.
Yeah,
Okay.
I need a Kisei. Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair. I think
Why is she on banner with Oxlots?
because
Troll.
This
Trolling,
sick
dude.
joke.
I guess it would have been funny if it was CDOM.
Dude, okay, let's talk about that. That's actually, dude, CDOM is like, I mean, CDOM's already only like a pretty much like a 4th, 5th pick. But like, if you have, there's no fucking way like that. Your CDOM is doing fucking nothing. She's actually not a character when
Without
she
souls.
doesn't have souls. Like that is
Yeah.
is a little disgusting.
it's
Like,
hard to use her unless she has souls.
I was thinking she should have an EE that makes her like Summertime Hysteria, where her first soul burns free.
That
okay,
would-
dude, relax. Oh my god, wait, that'd be crazy.
I'm not. I mean, I'm not against it,
Hmm?
but definitely not what I would imagine they would do.
Wait, wouldn't you just not take book? Wait, that's all you need, dude. Because
Yeah.
CDOM's damage is also pretty low without what's it called?
You just give her a
Without the
portrait.
crit stacks, yeah.
You
Yeah,
really
she
need the
does-
stack,
she
and you
works-
really
Yeah, you
need
just-
the soul.
Dude, you give her
If you give her
portrait-
damage artifact, she's straight up nuking.
Yo,
anyone.
Dignus
Thank
Orb
you.
time, let's go, baby. CDOM
Wait, true.
protection.
She gives her own attack buff then.
Oh my
Wait.
god, that'd be crazy. Wait, that would. Spogate, you listening? New
No.
Anyone in the
Wait a
chat?
minute, dude. You're making Canna too happy. You're giving him hope.
Oh my
Yeah, just
god.
stare back at the Vildred EE real quick, Connor.
Yeah,
Oh
just
my
look back
God,
at Vildred.
no,
Think about your Vildred.
No.
No.
Oh, Mashu's listening.
Going back to
Washu?
the Stene thing though, Gabe, what artifact
Oh.
would you run on Stene?
I feel like a lot
That's
of
not
people
both.
are gonna run on like, well, not a lot, but
Chatty?
some people would run her on like proof or something.
Hmm.
I already know people who run her on proof, and I feel like this pushes her to run proof sometimes more.
Come on,
Okay,
Lamb.
hear me out. Hear me out.
Crimson Moon.
I've
Yeah,
had some.
Crimson Moon.
I've had some MLM times, right? But
Okay.
she has 30 base effectiveness, right?
Oh god, you're not a bloody.
So
Don't.
imagine all these people who have decided to run 100 FRES on their like Amelias, the Crows. Wouldn't it be funny if Stene hit them with skill 1 and it abyssal stunned them?
Absolutely not. Absolutely.
So-
Technically speaking, you get 2 procs of it, right?
Exactly. You skill 3 and then you skill 1, right? And it hits 2 people. And let's say it hits Amelia and Crow at the same time and it stuns both of them.
That would be so. That would be so dumb.
Okay,
Think
wait,
about
wait.
just the hyper nut, right? You're just like, oh my god, I just stole the game from this man.
Let me just say real quick though, something I always see brought up going along with like Abyssal Crown is people will say, "Oh, mage artifacts, they're so insane, like they're so powerful, right?" But if you look at the mage artifacts, yes, Violin and Crown are strong, right? But you can't run them on every mage, right? They're on like pretty specific things. So people are always saying, "Oh my god, they're so insane. Look, you got a yellow Violin, you got Crown." It's like, yeah, 3 characters use Crown. and then maybe like a couple use violin on average, right? And then everybody else uses book. So if you don't have book, then what are you really using? There's a bunch of crap. You look at night artifacts, there's so many powerful ones, and almost any of them are down to run like any of those ones, right? You could find a secondary one that would still be strong for a team.
A lot of them
You
are
can just
4
throw it
stars.
at it.
Yo, but
Yeah.
like Crown Stene, right? Like I'm thinking about this. No, but like
I'm sorry.
No.
Think about it
Really?
again.
think about it really. How many people have dropped Efrez on their Soul Weavers? Right?
That's true.
Just
How
use
many-
Rem if you want RNG. Why are you even bringing this in?
No. But you get a lot of chances to hit and stun, right?
Unless
you give
just
yourself a lot of
die.
chances. I mean, but I don't think you die, right? If you're on lifesteal, if you bring her with like your own mitigation, your own protection.
You could just take lifesteal off and just put proof then, and not have crown.
Yeah, but or you like stun the DPS with no Efrez. You splash onto the DPS and you stun them. Come on, it's not that crazy. If we're talking about removing
It's-
book, because
okay,
she
it's
does
not-
have 30% free effectiveness.
Okay, it's not that crazy. Not that crazy. I like this idea better than your counter Vildred though.
No, counter Vildred is the future. It is the future of RTA.
You are living far, far, far away from our timeline, my friend.
No, this
Universe.
timeline is
Yeah,
now.
he's playing like Epic 8,
It
dude.
is
Yeah, Epic
now.
8, Epic 9.
15-year plan.
Washable is actually Omega Brain.
It is now.
Alright.
Get this Vermin tech, build it, and draft it every game versus Canna.
Alright, anyways, yeah, so
He kicked him.
yeah, nice.
That was not me.
Wow, I think Washable DC'd. Okay. Yeah, good podcast tonight. You know, thank you guys for joining us tonight. And yeah, if you guys haven't already, check out Canna. You know, his Twitch. Drop your Twitch handles, you guys. Wait, what's your? It's just it's different from how you spell your name, right?
It has like
4Ks,
50
4Ks.
N's or something. or
Okay,
A's.
To
no,
make it
it's just
easier for
4
people, bro.
Put like
Oh
at the
my
end.
God. Listen, I'm taking name suggestions, please, for a new handle. By the way, no, Cody, not that one. That one. But yeah, thank you. For
Oh, I've
having
got
me
a
on,
good one.
Gabe.
Let me put it in chat.
What?
Don't. Oh my! That's not even a
Clown.
name.
I will not be silenced.
Okay. Anyways, yeah, Jenazadp. Well, yeah, your Twitch handle.
Yep, Jenazadp right there.
Yeah.
And
And yeah,
on
my good friend
YouTube, it's without
Washable.
the P.
Oh, sorry. Oh, your
No,
YouTube's
don't worry
without
about
the
it.
P.
Yeah.
All right. And yeah, my good friend Washable, who I think Comcast was being a bitch or something. So
Yeah, that
Yeah.
sucks.
yeah, yeah,
Hate to see him go out like that.
yeah. When he streams, you'll find out once every month. Twitch.tv/Washableplatypi. Yeah. Hopefully you guys enjoy the podcast. Appreciate it, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Thanks.
Adios.